Hello everyone, this is Thomas, and I'm going to quickly go through the front-end part of our project. Let me quickly share my screen. So this is our project, radix.meme. It's already live on radix.meme. And I will quickly go through the code. So first of all, this is a Next.js and Tailwind app. So it's all deployed on Vercel as well. And we have a combined approach. So we have server-side and client-side functions or components. It's all React-based. And our plan is basically, it's not implemented yet that way. Currently, a lot of logic is implemented client-side. But the general approach we have is anytime we fetch data from the ledger, we do it on the server. So that's faster. It's less computation for the user. So it's a better user experience. But whenever the user submits a transaction, we want it to be fully on client because we don't want this to route through the server. And also it's more decentralized if it's from the client. It's in true decentralization way, kind of. And yeah, I will go quickly through the package.json file. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. I wanted this to be 5 minutes, so maybe I just do now 3 minutes so that I don't overshoot. And yeah, the package.json, so we can look at all packages. First of all, we see like the gateway API. We use that to fetch data from the ledger. The radix dApp toolkit we use for connecting with the connect button. Then we have what is interesting here. Frame emotion is interesting because it adds all the animations. Our product is very like playful, and we try to target it very specifically towards one user base. So we want it to be very engaging, and yeah, that's why we have Framer and all the images. So when people upload images and they store the link on Ledger, we upload it to Pinata, which is a decentralized storage solution, which you probably all know. And for the state management, we use Redux and yeah, Tailwind. Yeah, that's basically it. State management, we use Redux. I'm not sure if that's interesting. We have just 3 different slices. So we store basically everything in Redux state. We want to store like all the tokens that the people do. We want to store them in the slices. So basically, whenever the user comes on the site and everything gets fetched, in the background, all the meme coins get fetched so that they have the full database locally, ideally. Currently, that's the solution. And let's look maybe at the scrypto integrations, which is better. So more interesting, I think, as well. So we have this utils folder. And one interesting thing is we have transaction utils, which is basically helper functions that create transaction manifests for us. So these 3 functions is exactly 3 functions. The user inputs, we input like parameters, and it outputs the transaction manifest. So when looking at the names of these, we can see token, launch token transaction manifest. So whenever the user creates a token, we use this function to create a transaction manifest. Then we have the buy transaction manifest, is whenever the user buys a meme coin. And we have also for sell. So we have these 3 on Ledger actions currently, where the user actually submits transactions to the chain. Then we have Radix API, which is basically the same thing as the Radix Gateway API SDK. It's just we built it from scratch. It's a wrapper for the Radix API using Axios, because sometimes we feel like we have more control using our own wrapper. So Radix API is basically replicating Gateway SDK client. And since we've built this really fast, the code is very messy, as you may see. So we have both approaches. We currently use the Gateway API, but also this Radix API wrapper. And then we have API calls, which is very specific calls that use the wrapper to, but it's timer is finished. So yeah, this is very specific. The API calls are very specific towards our project, whereas the Radix API wrapper is like a general wrapper. So let me see if I have, yeah. So I think I covered everything. I think that's fine. And yeah, this is the product. It's already live on radix.meme. You can launch your own token, and it actually submits it on the stokenet. So yeah, that's it. I hope you have fun and explore. And yeah, thank you.